All right, I think we're ready. Okay, guys, so here is the game plan for this morning. I know that a lot of you are getting started with running some just free challenge groups and working on getting people into a group. And I know that you're a little overwhelmed with some of you've had some great responses. And so I just want to walk you through just some of the things that I have implemented and that have worked really well for me at running effective challenge groups. And I know that later today, we're going to do our pre-K or pre-launch UK training. And I'm going to be speaking to you again later today. And I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about creating an effective marketing plan. And so I just want to give you guys a heads up. Like, I'm going to cover how to kind of launch things and how to put it out there. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of customer support. So, maybe you want to save this and come back to it, but this nevertheless is going to become a good resource for you. So challenge groups are the bread and butter of our business. Supporting our customers to reach their health and fitness goals is the most important thing that we do. And the reason for that is that when we help a customer get results with the fitness program, with the nutritionals that Beachbody has to offer, we either create amazing transformation stories that sort of give us credibility. We can put those in our file of people we've helped. It really does showcase the fact that, hey, what we're doing actually does work and we're making a difference. Also, the people that get great results are more confident. They're likely to recommend you to other people. They may tag you on Facebook. You can even ask people to share, to share their transformation or to share your next challenge group advertisement, right? So they become also great advocates for you. And then the third thing is that, and you guys all know this, if you believe in the program, if you believe in challenge groups, if you've had a great experience, if you know that it works, you are more likely to become a coach. You are more likely to sign up and become an actual coach because you have that belief. And the most successful coaches out there are the ones that have belief, are the ones that believe and truly are practicing what they preach and are living proof that Beachbody is doing exactly what it promises to deliver. So those are and the reasons we run challenge groups is because we all do love health and fitness. We want to see other people succeed. So a couple of things, right? You are going to, and I'll preface by saying this, have months where your challenge groups rock and you have incredible people and you have challengers that are participating and engaged in the group. And then there are going to be some times that you just have a group of people and the energy is just not there. And you may do the exact same thing. You may bring the exact same intensity in one group and it may flourish and fly. And then in the other group, you may not have that kind of energy. And it's just really hard to kind of pinpoint, but these are some of the things that have worked well for me. So if it happens that you have a kind of a dud of a group, don't let it get the best of you. Okay. So number one, obviously, no matter what, you always want to set your start date for the challenge group. So one of the things that I always do is I have a preseason week. So for example, if I'm going to start my challenge group on, September 4th, you have to decide, is September 4th going to be day one of the workouts when you're pressing play and you start to have your daily check-ins, or is that going to be your preseason week? And then you're going to start maybe the challenge group the following week. And the date for that would be September 11th. All right. So you can kind of decide which one that you want to do. Do you want your preseason? But the preseason really kind of does need to be a week. And the reason that it does, and the reason that I find preseason or prep week to be most effective is this. When somebody buys a challenge pack, when somebody buys a program, when they buy, Shakeology or the Performance Line, whatever they buy, they need a couple of days to sort of read through the material. And sometimes people don't always know that there's a nutrition guide, that there's a program manual. I found that some people don't even know that there's a schedule to follow with the workouts. They literally get their DVDs out and they just start putting in DVDs, and one day they do this workout and they don't follow a schedule, and then what I find is that, they lose momentum. And then at the end of a couple of weeks, they haven't lost any weight because they weren't even following the nutrition plan. And sometimes people just open the packaging on Monday morning and put it in. They realize they don't have the bands or they don't have weights. And so my rate of success at the beginning was much less because people weren't prepared. So now I sort of have what I like to call prep week, and I'm enrolling people throughout prep week. I kind of give people that whole week and I just keep adding them in there. But one of the things that I do during prep week is this. On the first day of prep week, and you can see this because I just uploaded all of the updated challenge group scripts into the guides, into our file section of our group. So you can see any script that I have sort of has that prep week. And on day one, I make a welcome video for them. I just tell them how excited I am that they're here. And I talk a little bit about what the challenge group is going to be all about. And then I say, this is our prep week. During this week, these are the things that we're going to cover. We're going to talk about measuring your goals and setting realistic expectations. We're going to talk about taking your pictures and measurements. I go into the fact that I'm not going to share their pictures and measurements with anybody, but it's really important for them to take them, because a lot of times you don't see your body changing when it's actually changing. And when you compare those side by sides for your own eyes, you can really see those shifts beginning to happen. So then I talk about then we go into meal planning. I talk to them about how to navigate the meal plan. If they have Beachbody On Demand, where to find the meal plan. If they have the physical copy and the actual booklet, how do you figure out what calorie bracket you're in, going through and finding the actual schedule of workouts and printing that out and putting it where they're going to work out, a place where they can check off that box every single day. And then, throughout the week, we talk a little bit more about meal planning and the container system. I also made a video on how to navigate Beachbody On Demand, because a lot of people don't know that the Fixate Cooking Show is there. They don't know how to find the overview with the nutrition guide and program manual and tracking sheets. And all of that is in my 6-week challenge group guide script. You can pull that. That's the most updated one. It's just the 6-week challenge group guide. And what I suggest to all my coaches is this. Take what I have, use what I have, especially the first few rounds. I mean, you're trying to set up your whole business right now, everything from learning to post on social media to your own personal transformation. So no need to reinvent the wheel. Maybe you say to yourself, I'm going to use Melanie's stuff for now, and then I'll make one video a week that I can replace her YouTube link with mine, and I have a lot of people that just use my stuff and then they just change the wording to make it their own kind of flair and personality. And that is perfectly fine too. So don't feel like you have to recreate all of this information. So what I do is I go through that first week. And by Sunday, my objective with them is to have them all set up. They know what weights they need for Monday's workout. They have their space ready. They have their workout clothes laid out. They know what time they're going to work out. And so I will post these things into the challenge group, every single day. And then on Sunday night, I kind of do I go live in there and I say, all right, tomorrow's your first workout. It is day one. We're going to press play. Tell me what time you're going to be working out. Tell me what workouts you're going to be doing tomorrow morning. Drop it in the comments below. And I say, your assignment every single day is you can post a sweaty selfie every day if you want to, or at least at minimum, I want you to check in every day. And on a scale of 1 to 5, I want you to rate your workout. Did you rock your workout? Did you feel like I did the best that I could, even if it was modified? If you really crapped the bed and you took a lot of breaks and you just didn't give it your all and you really weren't in it, maybe that's a 1. 0 would be like, I didn't do my workout at all. I do the same thing with 5. 5 means you ate according to all of your containers. You tracked it. I talk a lot about tracking their food, and you didn't go over and you didn't have any treats or cheats during that day. And then, of course, you would go down the scale to 0 being you just totally went off the wagon and didn't follow it at all. I talk about Shakeology, yes or no. Did you drink your shake? And water. Did you drink half your body weight in ounces of water per day? That's the daily check-in. And so every day, what I do is I schedule these posts. So I'm going to show you, if you actually go into Facebook, and I'm going to do a little screen share in 1 minute here. Let me get it pulled up on my computer. So if I go into Facebook, and once we go, those of you that are in the United States, you already have access to the Challenge Tracker app. But if you are not in the United States, you don't have access to it yet. But you will eventually. So I'm going to show you my health and fitness playbook group, and I'm going to share my screen. So one of the magical things about Facebook now that they've created is that they allow you to schedule posts. So here you go. You can see that in this group, if I click on post, all right, and I'm going to write a post. I'm going to say, hey, everyone, it's Monday. And then maybe I go over here. I pick out my challenge group scripts, and I'm in challenge group guides. Hold on. Challenge group guides. Let's say I want to do my 6-week challenge group script. Let's just say this is the one I want to use. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say, all right, it is Monday morning. And I am going to copy this, copy, Now I'm going to go over to my group and I'm going to paste that in there. I'm just going to make sure that it's formatted correctly. And now do you see this little timer? It says schedule post. It's just a little clock. If you click on that, a box is going to pop up and I'm going to say, all right, my challenge group is going to start on September the 4th. And I want this to post at 6:30 a.m. East, and then you can pick your time zone or whatever time zone you're in. And I can click schedule. Now that will schedule that post. And you could go through on, and this is what I used to do. On Sundays, I would sit down and I would schedule an entire week of posts in my challenge group. So I didn't have to worry about being sitting at my computer at 6:30 to make that morning post. It was done if I was working out, if I was, on my way to work or whatever, it was out and about. And then what I did is I would make sure to check in with them in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evening. And it would just be a quick check-in to make sure that I was commenting on what they were doing and I was adding value. All right. So I have my general kind of my things that I post Monday through Friday. And then what I do is I add other things. So you can see here, right? So today is day 3. This is something that I had scheduled. It talks about why the scale moves up sometimes when you start a new workout program. So I basically thought about what were the things that I went through in my fitness journey? What are the things that I struggled with? What are the things that got inside of my head? The first week, like everybody's on cloud 9, everybody's excited, everybody's posting and participating. And then people get sore and they think they can't work out. They get sore and they think they have to skip a day. And then before you know it, they've skipped a whole week. And so I talk about nutrition for sore muscles. I talk about eating all your portions. So a lot of times when people start working out, they gain weight initially because their muscles swell and their body's just adjusting. And so people freak out about that and then they quit. So we got to try to catch them and educate them along the way of what is happening to their body. So this is something, that I will do. And then I will talk about, I'll go in here. And I always share my workout picture of the day. And I try to share recipes that are working for me, especially if you have a lot of people that are like, man, I'm really struggling with sugar cravings. I'll hop in there. Sometimes I'll make like Shakeology chocolate or Shakeology peanut butter balls, or I'll do the cookie dough Greek yogurt recipes and I'll make it and I'll share the picture and share the recipe. And I'll say, hey, I noticed a lot of you, are struggling with this. I think this might really help you, let me know if you make it. So I'll do things like that in there too. So I, will randomly go live if I get a lot of just feedback that people are struggling. And if you go live in your group, see where it says live video, if you're going to see it pops up on the screen there, but this means that it will only go live in this group. All of Facebook world won't see it. Just your challengers are going to be the ones that are going to see that. Okay. So that's something you can do. And then what I do every single day is I just go down through, right? Bethany, hammer power is done, feeling them burn. And I'm just going to comment, way to go. Are you doing the 3-day refresh today? And so I'm just making sure that I'm asking off to work, shake in hand. And then I'm just like, have a great day. Great day today. All right. Insane weights. Right. So there we go. There's some, so I just go down through, you can see I was already commenting on some stuff. And, so this one, workout or does marching students from the football field to attend detentions, food 3. So today's a new day, obviously, and we're gonna work with her, right? So sometimes if I see somebody that's really struggling, I'll send them a private message. So I could send her a message and say, hey, I saw you had a really bad day yesterday. I hope that today's better, and just want to, send you some positive vibes and let me know if you need anything. So that's another one. So, I just go down through and I just engage with people. So, and at the end of every week, every Sunday, I always load in here my meal plan, and I give them a sample meal plan to follow. And I say, hey, this is what I'm eating for today, or this upcoming week. I'm on plan A. This is this example. I will just go in my kitchen and show them how I cut up my vegetables and my fruits, and I'll talk about reading labels. So honestly, anything that you think of, anything you create, you can just add to your challenge group guide. And so usually my groups, if it's an official group that they've bought and purchased products and programs. I usually run them for 5 weeks. I do not always make them program specific. So for example, when the Shift Shop launched, yes, I had a Shift Shop specific challenge group that was just focused on that. But otherwise, I'll just do general challenge groups. I always give them a name, and what I'll do is as long as everybody picks a Beachbody fitness program, they commit to Shakeology, I add them to the group, and we all go through prep week. We all start day 1 together, and then at the end of those 5 weeks, then I kind of give them the option. Do you want to continue on for phase 2? Do you want to move into another group? Do you want to switch up your workouts? And so that's what I do with people. All right. The other thing is the goals and the why. There is examples in every single one of my scripts. You can create your own little form for it, but I want everybody to fill out their goal and their why sheet. I want them to have just very clearly defined goals, and I actually print them off, or I handwrite them. I put them in a 3-ring binder, and I keep track of my customers and what their goals are, so that I can make sure that at the end of every week or the end of every month, or if I'm having a conversation with somebody, I can flip to that page in my binder or my notebook, and I can read what they said at the beginning. And so then I can help kind of keep them on track and keep them motivated. Something else that you can do that I find very helpful is that you will find some people never posted in the challenge group. And it's not because they're not paying attention. They're probably reading every single post. Maybe they're just not posters. Maybe they just don't want to share their sweaty selfie. I mean, how many of you are like, man, I never ever put anything on social media. Now all of a sudden I'm taking selfies, so think about them too. That's probably how they're feeling. So I always reach out, pick one day, Mondays or maybe Thursdays, whatever day works for you, where you just sit down and you actually send either a voice message or a private Facebook message to all of your current challengers, just checking in, seeing how they're doing. Is there anything that you can help them with? And that will keep them just engaged in that side conversation that maybe they aren't willing to share in the group. All right. And then every Monday, I have what I call my Monday mindset video. So what do I want them to focus on for the week? Week 1, obviously, is about rocking it, doing the best we can, taking it one day at a time. Week 2 for me is really about the fact that the novelty is worn off and this is actually work. And, even if you didn't have the best first week, this is really where, we want to start playing with that compound effect. And I talk about changing your behaviors, right? And so, and then week 3, we talk a little bit about just about positivity, and I talk about the 5-second rule. And so each week I kind of have a different topic that I focus on, and you again can kind of check out my challenge group scripts for that. So my goal is to get as many people to finish that program and share their actual results. You can do prizes if you want. I don't find that it motivates people to actually stick with it any more than if they weren't getting a prize, because I think their prize is their body changing. So don't feel like you have to invest hundreds of dollars or, something on every single customer. They're going to do it if they want to. Maybe you can do like a water challenge, and then if whoever post all their water for the day, you'll pick a person and send them, a packet of Energize once you guys can get that, or maybe you're going to send them, shaker cup, or, a headband that you find that's super cheap. So you can do things like that. You could do like day challenges where it's like plank in a fun place, where you're like, okay, let's see who can do the craziest plank, and then what you do is you award somebody the winner. Whoever had the best plank in the most strangest place gets a prize. So you just want to think of different ways that you can kind of get that excitement going and get people just really motivated. The last thing that I want to share about challenge groups is this: product knowledge. So just because somebody is in your challenge group and they bought Shakeology and they are doing a workout program doesn't mean they understand what Shakeology really is. So for me, I make sure that number 1, I do a video on how to make Shakeology. And I talk about the fact that you may not like it at first, so I talk about those things. I also talk to them about how to make it, why it's good for you, so every week I really go into the groups and say, okay, maybe Monday's your Shakeology day, where you say, all right, for me, this is how Shakeology's helped me. You can use it as a meal. You can use it as a snack. You can make, peanut butter balls, or you can make chocolate with it. I talk about make sure you drink it within 30 minutes, because that's when you get the most nutrients. Is Shakeology a protein shake, right? So I address a lot of those concerns with just educating people. And then also you think about what are the other add-ons that you can suggest to people. So performance line, that's a huge one. If people are sore, obviously I recommend getting the performance line, the recover, the hydrate, the energize, the overnight recharge, especially if they're doing hammer and chisel or any, max 30, any high intensity, PIO, maybe not so much. They could probably use energize with that. But think about the workout and what can you add on. And so I will go live, and I'll talk about the performance line. I'll talk about needing extra energy before my workout and how Energize has helped me with that. And I talk about that every week. I try to highlight something. I will suggest doing a 3-day refresh, like it's either at the beginning or at the end. I'll say, all right, guys, who wants to rock our 30-day pictures? Let's finish it out with a 3-day refresh. Let me know if you're interested in doing this. And so, that's another thing that I will do to kind of help people out. All right. So anyways, those are some of the things that really have driven me to get people to stay on Shakeology, to try new products and programs, and not just sort of pigeonholing myself into saying, okay, they just need Beachbody on demand, So I want to make sure that I'm recommending other things so they're seeing the value in everything that Beachbody has to offer. When a challenge group ends, I make sure that I recommend the next steps. I follow up with everybody. I send everybody a private message. I ask for feedback, and then I work them into the next challenge group. I either suggest them staying as a customer or transitioning into becoming possibly a coach. All right. So those are just some of my tips for you guys. Let me go and see if anybody's got any questions that maybe were posted in the group. All right. So if you guys have questions, just go ahead and comment in the Facebook group, or you send me a private message or comment below this video, and I'll be happy to help you guys with this. But I think this at least gets you started with understanding the role and the importance of challenge groups. All right. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys later. Bye.